Hi, everybody. This is Lisa. Today is July 3rd, 2024. We are making the ornament video, or I am making the ornament video for the Christmas in July collab that Mona Did What is hosting. This is my video. Stay to the end. I'll give you some details as we wrap up, but I am making some very super easy ornaments that you can mail, put in a Christmas card. If you have young children around the house, they can participate. If you have older people in the home, they can make some too. This is a I'm not a very crafty person, so we'll just see how it goes. All right. And I am going to move this camera down. Let me just pause and resituate. All right. So for this project, you will need either 6-inch squared fabric, or you can use 6-inch squared paper. If you would like to use some bells, Christmas bells, ribbon, you will also need an iron, a hot iron, and a glue gun. If you are working with the fabric, you will need to, excuse me, if you're working with the fabric, you will need some pinking shears and a square ruler to get your 6-inch and starch. So what we are making, and I think these are the cutest things, is little origami ornaments. Now this one here, and let's see if you can see that. This one here is a paper origami ornament. It's a penguin, obviously, but you can also make it with fabric. And let's see if we can get you to see that. This one or this one. And I think it's a really fun idea. It's really quick and it goes very fast for the most part. If you're doing the paper origami, it is really, really fast. So I am going to set her aside right now. And all you want to do is you want to grab a piece of paper. Let me grab this one here. It's a 6-inch paper. You are going to start with the front. The back side is just a different color. The front is your print, or if you want the solid to be your front and that to be your back, your choice. So we're just going to start by folding up corner to corner so that we make a triangle. You're going to open it up and you're going to do exactly the same thing. And you do want to try to be as close to a triangle as possible. But it is not really necessary. You're going to open it back up. You're going to take one of your corners and fold it right to the center. Bring it up right to the center. Okay. Then we're going to turn it over. So now the back side is facing up, and you are going to find somewhere down around the center of that piece, right there where that corner is, you're just going to kind of line up that corner with that corner. Fold it over, give it a good crease, or we like to say when we're sewing a finger press, and you're going to repeat that step on the same side or the opposite side. So you're going to just find that corner right there, match up your corners, try to keep your points as straight as possible. This is really fun for the kids on as we are doing Christmas in July. You could have them work on it on a nice hot day because it's an anytime project. And in the wintertime when it's snowing out, this is a good way for them to make decorations for the Christmas tree. They can even make garland with this. So we are just going to do that. Okay. And then you are going to take the point, fold it over about a fourth of the way of your paper down. If it goes a little further, that's fine. Okay. Then you're going to fold it in half, give it a good crease, and right here, you're just going to kind of pop up that head so that it looks like that. You're just going to, from that point, you're just going to pop up that head. And very easy penguin. Okay. I'm going to set the paper version aside because we are going to do the same thing with the fabric version. Now I am using a 6-inch square cut of fabric, and that one's not quite 6 inches, but it will work. We're going to use a 6-inch square cut of fabric. Now I did starch this because I do want to have some body. I did not want just limp fabric. So I did starch it, and I did starch it pretty heavy, but I did not starch it to the point where you could hurt somebody with it because it's so stiff. So you're going to take your fabric, and then I want you to pink with your pinking shears around it to make your 6-inch, to make your 6-inch mark. And this one is not quite 6 inches. But again, like I said, that's okay if it's a little off. And we're just going to repeat the process. The only thing I want you to remember is for this, because you're working with fabric, you're going to need to put it under the iron every time you make a crease. So I have my iron. Move anything that's hot away. I'm going to try to do this on here. So we are right side up. You're going to take that fabric and fold it up to the top. And I'm going to iron that crease down. I'm going to open it up, turn it a quarter way, and take another crease. So I have a nice diagonal line on both sides. Okay. So now I have something that has a crease that looks like this, a giant creased X in the middle. Still working with that right side up. I'm going to take that one corner and fold it up to the point, the center of that fabric. Give it a good iron. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it over, and I am going to first start with my corner here, and I'm going to try to find, let me see it, I'm trying not to burn myself. So just repeating what we did on the paper, I'm just going to try to match the corner of that to that corner right there. And I'm going to give it an iron, give a good press. Again, the fabric was starched. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And when you're working with fabric, it does tend to be a little bit more flimsy. So you just have to be a little more careful. Then I am going to fold the, sorry, turn it back, and I'm going to fold that down about a fourth of the way and just give that nice press. Then I'm going to fold it over, give everything a nice press. Then I'm going to work my face out a little till I'm happy with it. And so I have a piece that looks like this. Now, if you use different type of fabric, such as batiks or something where you have a little bit more shading and a little more color saturation, it works a little better. I chose this fabric for the sample or this tutorial so that you could see the difference. So now I have something that looks like this. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to set my iron aside. And when I'm setting my iron aside, I'm going to go ahead and heat my glue gun up. All right, so my glue gun is being heated. I am going to add a ribbon to this. So I have my two penguins, both my paper and my fabric. I am going to set these up here for a minute, and I'm just going to cut me off 2 pieces of ribbon. And this is thin ribbon that I purchased from Hobby Lobby while it was on sale. Again, I'm not that big of a crafter, so I just buy things here and there just in case. Okay, I have my 2 pieces of ribbon that I'm going to use, obviously, for the tie to hang on a Christmas tree. And I'm going to put that there. Now I am going to, and this is parchment paper here that I'm going to use to help me out. And I am also using a chopstick because it just helps me out a little so I do not burn my fingers. I do have my glue gun here. And I'm just going to put a healthy amount of glue on there and stick that together. And you will need a trash can because you will have glue string. Peels right off there. Now on this one, I want to put a bell on it on the top just to add something a little fancy. And sometimes it's a little difficult to work that ribbon through on the smaller bells. So I have my bell there, and I'm going to I just noticed that you did not see that because that was not in frame. I apologize, but we're doing it here. So I have one here. I've just kind of crossed it over, put a healthy piece of glue in there. Again, the glue is hot. The glue is hot. And it's a lot easier when you're doing it and you're not on camera because you're trying to keep everything in frame and focused. So I'm going to peel this off and get some of this extra glue off. So I have my little ribbons, and this one should be just about ready. Now, starting with my paper one, you can use Elmer's glue on this for the if you're making your little ones do it and you do not want them to burn themselves. But when you're purchasing your Elmer's glue, make certain that you have Elmer's glue for fabric. The school glue does not work. It will not hold your ribbon together. So you want to make sure it is Elmer's glue for fabric, or you can go to the fabric store or Walmart and get fabric glue. Does not have to be Elmer's brand, but you do want to make sure that it's going to adhere to the ribbon because it would be really disappointing that you get this far and you can't make it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little glue in there, and I'm doing the one without the bell, kind of positioning it, and then hold that up, put that one right there. We're going to do the same thing for the fabric one. I'm just going to find some spot in the middle. The fabric will, the glue will seep out a little bit more on the fabric one. So you just want to, again, be careful because that glue is hot. Now at this point, I don't need my glue anymore. So I'm just going to move it off to the side, get that out of my way. It does not want to come off. And there you go. How fun is that? Something really easy for the children to make. nice and fun. I will say that you can make an origami swan, and you would just use the same concept, except you would want to find the center to hold your ribbon. Um, and you can make it in fabric. The fabric is on the swan is a little more difficult. You will have to iron a little bit more. I did go ahead and take my sewing machine and I just did a stitch around the end because it just helped add some weight for this particular one. The pinking did not work on this one very well because it did not want to stay closed. That pink part did not want to stay closed. However, you can play with it any way you want to. There are loads of YouTube tutorials on how to make origami items, all types of animals, all types of crafts. But again, really simple, really fun, can be used any time of the year. Now, for the drawing, you will need, I believe that there are 14 content creators that are participating in the Ornament Christmas in July, hosted by Mona Did What. If you go to Mona's YouTube channel, she has the listings of everybody there with a link that you can click on and um, make contact with those creators and follow along. You'll have an opportunity to enter as long as you're a subscriber, enter and be eligible for the semi-finals. Now, this part is a little confusing and I might get a little tongue-tied. And let me just hold on one. Okay, I just had to re-angle my camera. But as I was saying, there are 14 creators that is participating in the Christmas in July. You can go and follow their YouTube channel or watch their video as they outline their rules for your participation in to be eligible for the grand prize drawing. Now, the semifinalist from my channel will be selected from the comments below, and you can only comment on this video. You must be a subscriber to be eligible. You have to comment on the video, and I will give you a question that I'm going to be looking because I'm going to be doing a random drawing from that information. Um, and if you are not a subscriber and you comment, you will not be eligible again. So I will be giving away a prize to the winner of my channel. Your name will then be drawn or added to the video for the opportunity for the grand prize. That will be held on August 1st at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Mona Did What's channel. So she'll be drawing for the grand finale. Several of the content creators will be there for it. And um, again, you can go to Mona's channel for that. So again, you must be a subscriber. You can only comment to this video. The deadline for your comment on this video will be July 30th, and I will be sending you out a surprise gift. Or knowing me, I'll probably tell you before, but I will be sending you out a surprise gift, and your name will be entered into for the opportunity for a grand prize winner. And that is such a tongue-tied moment. But anyway, So the question I have for you that you will have to answer in the comment below is, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Or what is your favorite holiday movie? You can only choose one. So go ahead and put your comments down there. Thank you. I'm sorry if I confused you a little bit more, but I hope you have fun with this ornament collab. And as always, be blessed, be kind, keep sewing.